Welcome to One Girl in All the World, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch podcast where we recap each episode in order and discuss. I'm Ashley, Buffy superfan.
Kimmy, Buffy, newbie.
You can find us on all major podcast apps, YouTube, and Instagram with the new episodes on Tuesdays. All right, already on episode 5.
We're on episode 5, and I'll be honest, before this episode, I was a little disappointed with the season. I was like, what are they doing? Like, this is just slow, and I don't know. And then shit starts happening.
Yeah, this is a big Anya episode.
There was a very big Anya episode. And then I have a question for you.
Right off the bat, okay.
Did they know when they were filming this season that this was going to be the end?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think they knew already, like, they knew,
were wrapping
like,
things up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, funny you should say that because Sarah Michelle Gellar got married during this episode.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
That's so cute. Aww.
Yeah. So she only had 3 days to film this episode. So
and it was a really big episode. Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of it was Anya. Like Emma Caulfield was in most of the scenes. So that kind of worked out. All right, so before we get into it, all right, so we have this box. We have a box.
It's big.
I hit myself in the head with. And okay, so in this box is something that I had in 2000. And over the years, whatever, it was lost, whatever, like pieces missing. So it went away somewhere. In the last 26 years, somewhere I lost it. Okay. And I have reordered it. It's a Buffy.
So it's a new one. Okay. So it's not the same one.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
But it is an original 2000.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't keep making them. So there's only so many out there because now it's been 26 years. So I have gotten a new one.
Well, I'm intrigued.
We will open it at the end, perhaps.
Okay.
So
not perhaps. We're doing it.
Have to just wait. Okay. No perhaps.
It's happening.
Okay. So Selfless is what we're talking about today. So Selfless originally aired October 22nd, 2002, written by Drew Goddard and directed by David Solomon. And the synopsis is Anya seeks vengeance for a wronged college girl, and her spell ends with the death of several frat boys. I would say more than several. As Anya,
12?
Yeah, there's a lot. As Anya reconsiders her actions, Buffy realizes that she has to take a stand as the Slayer against Anya, much to the chagrin of Xander. Willow re-enrolls in UC Sunnydale and tries to find a more peaceful solution to the Anya situation. All right.
Yeah. Also, like the revenge, the vengeance, whatever, like it didn't really match the crime, I would say.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess vengeance, that's not the point.
When they started, I guess, but when they started like showing her like crying or whatever, I was like, oh, something really bad happened to her. And I mean, it was bad, but like not when I was thinking a Buffy Spike encounter situation.
Yeah.
But no, wasn't that. I was like, okay.
They laughed at her.
I mean, yeah that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's mean.
But that's, yeah.
But that's like even if we believed an eye for an eye, that's not
that's not even that. All right, we'll get there. Okay. Okay. So we start off at Buffy's where Willow is moving fully in, like getting settled in to her room at Buffy's.
Is she moving out?
She's moving in.
Okay.
More officially, I guess.
Right.
And Dawn's giving her advice about going back to school.
Yeah.
Like, just blend in, do what everybody else does.
Done it before.
She's like, yeah, I have been to college before. But Dawn's this experienced high school freshman. She has so much wisdom to, give to Willow.
Right.
Basically, don't do anything so far that Dawn has done. Make it like a big fool of yourself at school.
Talk about Britney Spears.
That's what I'll say. Yeah.
And macrame.
And macaroni art.
Macaroni art, right? Yes.
Which is worse. Talk about macrame, please. And then Buffy and Xander are also helping, and Xander, they're in there, and Xander is worried about Anya. They ask if he's talked to Anya. He's like, no. And he's like, I'm worried about her. And Buffy's like, I'm kind of worried about the vengeance part of this because she's hurting people.
Yeah.
And Xander thinks that she'll come around. Like she's still adjusting. She'll come around, and like she undid the spell on the worm guy.
Yep, exactly.
So, that's good sign. Like she wanted to undo that. So we think she's gonna come around. Then we go to a frat house. And there are tons of dead guys. Like
and my initial thought is like, ooh, Anya did this.
Yeah. tons of dead guys laying around with like
Yeah.
blood on their chests. We don't really know what happened, but something bad, obviously. And Anya is just sitting in the corner, kind of stunned, like looking off into space, covered in blood.
Yep.
And she
And
says,
she says, "What have I done?
"What have I done?"
Oh God."
Yeah. So we go to the credits and we come back, and we are in Signorgist.
Cyrnist.
Yeah.
I think it's Cyrnist.
880.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a flashback to Anya's life pre-Vengeance Demon. And her name's Odd. And she loves bunnies, if you noticed.
Yeah, that's funny. That's so weird.
Because she has a terrible fear of bunnies now. But she's really like, loves bunnies, are everywhere. And Olaf comes in, who we've met. We know that she eventually
dated.
Yeah, eventually she turns him into a troll. But he's very human at this point, and they're in love.
Very human.
And he is. And she gives him meat. She wants to take care of him.
Yeah, that's cute.
She talks. He's like, "Don't we have more bunnies than last time I was here?" And she's like, "Yeah, they like to breed." And then she talks about, because she still has this like business mind.
Yeah,
she talks
really
about
does.
wanting to sell the extra bunnies to neighbors or whatnot, and we can make money. And like, so she's like got that business mind already.
Or they can exchange things.
Yeah, for goods and or services.
Yes.
And she talks about how he insults her and says, "You are very strange. You say this, you say that. But that's what I love about you." And she's like, "I don't get why people..." He's like, "It's not my fault people don't like you. People think you're strange." And he's like, "People at the bar say these things about you." She's like, "Why were you at the bar?"
Yeah, why were you at the bar?
He's like, "Shit, I just outed myself." And there's some jealousy around like a barmaid. And he's like, "I don't like her. I don't like her. She has..."
Her hips are too wide.
For a Baltic, like a Baltic woman. And he's like, "Your hips are narrow, like a Baltic woman from a more arid region." These flashbacks are so funny the whole time. Like the things that they say.
They're so weird.
And apparently they were told, like, kind of do your best with like speaking it. And we'll just like really badly dub it in English as a joke.
Okay.
But they did so well that they kept it all and then just put subtitles. Like they took it so seriously and like did it so well that they didn't want to dub over their performances. So that was cool. Yeah. And that's a lot to like learn all those scenes in a different language.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
That's insane. So hats off to them for doing that so well that they don't even dub it over in English. Yeah, and it's just she just loves him so much. She doesn't know what she would like do, and she just wants to like burst. And, like she loves him so much. So yeah, so she loves him, even though she has her suspicions. She's doesn't trust him 100%. So we go to the frat house, and we have this quick scene of Anya washing her hands off in the sink, like getting all the blood.
Out damn spot kind of scene.
Yeah, and she looks in the mirror and is like kind of looking at herself like, Ugh.
Yeah.
And then we go to the basement of the high school.
This was an interesting scene.
Where Spike's talking to Buffy. And we kind of come in kind of in the middle of the conversation where he's saying, like, I'm seeing things. Like, I feel like I'm gonna, like Drew. Like, Drew used to be so crazy. She would see all these crazy stuff. And now I'm seeing her. And that's, like, not possible. And she's like, I can help you. We can get through this. He's like, I wouldn't ask after what I did to you. And she's like, it's me. Like, we'll get through it.
And you're like, different now.
You're different. It's different. And he's like, I never would ask. And then, like, she, like, just, like, caresses his cheek. And then the real Buffy comes downstairs. So that was a hallucination.
Yeah, bummer.
And he looks up and he's like...
I thought it was a little weird. I was like, oh, she's being really nice.
Yeah. And then he looks up and he's just like, starts laughing because he realizes now that was not Buffy. When he didn't realize it wasn't Buffy.
Yeah.
But, her approaches are different. Both, Buffy's approaches are different, but they have the same end goal, I guess, is to help him. Yeah. But Buffy is like the real Buffy has like a tough love approach. Yeah. So the real Buffy comes down and tells him, we need to get you out of this basement. Get up. If you don't want to be like crazy, like get up and get out of here. He's like,
this basement's killing him.
It's killing you, making you crazy.
It's all hell Mopey.
Yeah. And he says he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean,
like, where is he going to go?
What happened?
I don't know. I thought Clem was holding it down for him,
right? But, yeah,
Clem got too comfy. I think got too comfy. Didn't want to leave. So then we go to the campus, and Willow is getting caught up. She's talking to her instructors, her professors, about what she missed and everything.
They're being very nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's like, what am I going to do? My best student, I'm not going to let her back in the class. Like, obviously, if she was like a slacker, they would be like, but she's a really good student. So they want her back in school and they want her back in class. And she's like, you're my best student, except for you had to drop off last year. And then miraculously, you came back and aced all your finals like magic. So obviously, she just she just did magic to pass her finals.
Yeah, which is crappy, but she would have passed them given the normal circumstances. So it's not like a real cheat.
Her grades did drop off.
Yeah.
So she wasn't like she was doing great and then just did it. So yeah. Anyway, she's like, almost like magic. Yeah, but nervous. It's like shit. And she's like, come to office hours tomorrow and we'll talk about, get yourself all caught up. She's like, yay. And then she sees Anya coming out, acting weird, like all wrapped up in a trench coat. Like,
well, it's also just weird. She's coming out of a frat house on college campus when she doesn't go to college. So all of that
as well. And she says, hey, hey, Anya, how are you? She's like, oh, she's like coming out of a frat house in the middle of the day. She's like, oh, I have a new boyfriend. We've been having lots of sex. And she's like, oh, okay. But Willow, I like that Willow was like, oh, I'm glad you met somebody that's so good.
Yep,
like
very supportive.
Knowing that Xander wants to get back with her, she wasn't like, oh no, for Xander. Like that's her friend. Even though they've had their trials and tribulations in their friendship. Yeah. But she is happy for her.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to see her in pain and like thinks if she's met someone that's great.
Yeah.
And she says like, oh, I'm back in school and like they're going to give me pop quizzes in case the ones I missed. And she is like ecstatic about getting these pop quizzes. And then Anya's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind of twitchy, like looking around and like not really paying attention to her. And then she like puts her hair behind her ear and she sees blood like smeared on the inside, like the outside of her hand.
Not weird at all.
And she's like, I have to go. And she's like, okay, bye. Willow's like,
So I was like, what's going on in that fraternity house? Let's take a peek.
Let's go investigate. So Willow goes into the fraternity house, is looking around. There's blood everywhere, but there's no bodies.
Yeah.
And
there's blood smeared all over the walls.
Yeah, so obviously, something bad has happened here.
Yeah.
So she opens a door, and we don't see what it is, but I'm assuming that's where all the bodies are.
Yeah.
And then she hears a crying somewhere. She follows it to a closet, opens it, and there's a girl crying in there saying, I take it back. Like she keeps like rocking herself.
Too late.
So she says, what happened? Willow says, what happened? And she says that she got invited, I guess by her boyfriend, to this party that they were having at the frat house.
There's going to be a bunch of people there. It was going to be fun.
Everyone's going to have dates. And then when she got there, there was no party. And her boyfriend broke up with her in front of everybody. Frat. Yeah,
it's a really shitty thing to do.
Yes.
Like, so I was wondering, was he even dating her for real? Like, what a dick thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? She said he broke up with me, and they were all laughing at her. And she just said once that I wish you knew what it was like to have your hearts ripped out.
Yikes.
And then it came.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, what came? And she's like, a spider. And Willow says, where did it go? She's like, what do you mean, where did it go? Like, it's still here. But we see it crawl up onto the ceiling behind Willow.
And it's super creepy. And I'm not afraid of spiders, but ooh.
That's a spider demon. That's not even a spider. Actually, I saw one on my ceiling the other day, and I was like, I'm going to come right back and get it. And then I lost it. It was
they get to live free in our house. They get named. They get to roam free.
I usually put them outside. I don't kill them, but I put them outside.
Yeah.
But that one wasn't big enough for me to like worry about it. Sometimes they're like big. So I'm like, I would feel better if you weren't crawling on my face at night. So I'm going to put you outside. But yeah, usually we put them outside. I get the old glass and the paper trick. Works every time. Okay. No glass and no paper big enough to catch the spider, though.
Nope.
And then Willow finally looks behind her, and the spider goes to attack, and Willow uses magic to put like a protective bubble over them.
And I thought she killed it, but she did not.
She doesn't. She just kind of, it's trying to get through the protective thing.
Momentarily, her eyes turn black.
Yeah, and the girl's like, scared, and she's like, stop your whining. And she yells at her, and her eyes are black.
Yep.
which is
That
not
was
good.
creepy.
Not good.
No, it's not. What, like, why did that happen?
And then the thing, she like kind of pushes it out the window and it runs off, I guess. And then she apologizes. And then she's back to normal, Willow. And then she apologizes.
Is this what's going to happen every time she has to use magic?
I don't know.
Hmm.
And she says sorry, like, "Oh, sorry. Sorry I yelled at you." So back in 880, Olaf has now been turned into a troll, so we know that he's cheated on Anya, and she's turned him into a troll. And he's running around the village, and the villagers are chasing him. And he's like, "I'm Olaf," and they're like, "Look, he's doing an Olaf impression."
Yeah.
The villagers say so many funny things, like, "Let's hit him with various fruits and meats," or something, like vegetables and meats.
It's like weird, so weird.
So funny. So funny. And she's just watching this all like happen. And then Dahofred finds her.
To pause for a second. So he cheated on her and she turned him into a troll.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have his heart ripped out. Like,
no. Well, you know, it was her first, yeah.
I guess.
It was her first, she was just starting out. And Dahofred finds her. And he's like, "Oh, really? How'd you do this?" And he says, like, the spell that she did. And like, "Well, how did you do this?" And so she like
Eelsbane?
And then, yeah. It was like Something's Hope was the spell.
Thornton's Hope.
Thornton's Hope.
Eelsbane.
To get the troll element. And he's like, oh, like he's impressed with how like creative she was.
Yeah, like how'd she even know how to do this stuff?
And he says, yeah, he cheated on me with a barmaid. What did he do? A barmaid. And he says, actually, your real name is Anyanka. That's who you really are. Odd is what you're called, but Anyanka is who you are. And then he invites her to be a vengeance demon because he's impressed with her work. And yeah, so she's gonna do it. She's a
wrong women
good.
By punishing evil men.
Yeah, and he's like, they don't understand you here.
Only those who deserve it.
And then she's like, they all deserve it. He's like, yeah, that's where I was going with that. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Anya and Dahofred have met. So at school, Buffy's bored. She's balancing her pencil cup on her head. And Willow calls about the spider. And she says...
Yeah, I love the urgency of the phone call. And then at the end, how she's like...
I love it. I love it. It's like, this is just this is just the day in Sunnydale, you know? She says, yeah, have Xander go with me. And then, oh my God, a spider? Like, oh my God. Like, and then she says, yeah, did you get the physics classes you wanted? Like, and then at Anya's, Hallie's there talking to her and saying how proud she is because, you know, they were not happy with her previously.
I mean...
And now they're very happy.
Now they're happy that she's killed a bunch of people. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's her job.
I guess.
Whatever, like a vengeance. And Anya is in kind of shock still. And says she's just rusty. You're just rusty. You'll get over it. It was just a reflex to feel bad about it. You'll get over it. And Anya's like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. It's just a reflex. It'll go away. It's all right.
It hit her harder than expected.
Yeah. And then Willow comes over and tells Hallie to leave. Like, Willow's very mad at her. And Willow says, I'm here to help you. And I just like, that's rich coming from you. Have filleted anybody lately?
Wow. Harsh.
And yeah, so she's like, yeah, I want to help you. And Anya's like, no, this is what I do. This is what vengeance demons do. And they got what they deserved. Do you know what they did to her? They laughed at her.
Yeah, they did not deserve that.
And she's like, no. Willow's like, no.
Yeah.
They didn't deserve that. But Anya is not receptive to Willow's offer of help.
Yeah, but I mean, I appreciate the olive branch.
Yeah, I think she sees like she was losing control. Her friends tried to reach out to her, so she's going to try to do the same for Anya.
Yeah, exactly.
And Anya just helped her like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I thought Anya was still okay, but
you know, so I think Willow's like owes her one. So she's trying. She's trying to help her. In the woods, Xander and Buffy look for the spider, and they find a body with its heart ripped out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's around here.
And they find some weird-looking black stuff in the tree, which I guess is webbing.
Yeah.
Looks
and
gross.
It jumps down and kind of pushes, like, Xander, kind of like jumps on Xander or whatever, knocks Xander out, and then attacks Buffy. And she's like pushing it away, and it's like,
It's like snarling at her face.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she like throws it over her head, and it like skitters away back up the tree.
It's so creepy.
And then Xander gets up, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, okay, we need to go back to the house. We need to get all the arsenal. We need to get all this. And she's like listening and stuff. And then she just throws her axe up into the tree, and it's like, and it falls down, and it's like all twitching.
It was so cool.
Got it. Like,
Yeah.
I just threw it up there and got it. So she kills it. Xander's like, or we could do that. So at Buffy's, Xander and Buffy come home, and Willow is there just like sitting there. And they're like, we need to figure out like what caused this. Where did it come from? So obviously Willow did not tell anything about Anya to Buffy.
They wanted to give her, she wanted to give her a chance, obviously.
Yeah. And she tells them that it was Anya and what she found and everything. And Xander's upset that Willow didn't tell them right away. But Buffy's like, she didn't tell us because she knew what I'd have to do when she told us.
Yeah.
And that's I have to kill Anya. Oh.
Yeah.
So then we go to St. Petersburg in 1905, where Anya and Hallie have massacred a dinner party in the name of vengeance. So they're just sitting there enjoying their drinks with blood everywhere and bodies everywhere. And there's a revolution starting outside. And they're just like, la 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 la. And Anya is all about work. Hallie's like, oh, we can go here, we can do this. And she's like,
Hallie's a little more well-rounded, like travel, see the world.
Yeah.
You know?
And she's like, I don't need any of that. I just need vengeance. Like, vengeance is my life. Vengeance is who I am. That's all I care about, is helping women, wronged women. So we go back to Buffy's, and Xander and Buffy are arguing about killing Anya. Because obviously he's like, what? We cannot kill Anya. She's our friend. And he tries like, well, can we fix the deaths with magic? Like, can we bring them back? And Willow says, no, I can't. I don't have the power for that. I didn't even have the power for that when I was
before,
Dark Willow.
Crazy Willow.
And he says, well, why are we all jumping to killing Willow? When our friends go crazy and start killing people, we kill them. We help them.
But then they remind him that she's a demon. She's not a human.
Willow was a human. Anya's a demon. And that Anya chose to become a demon twice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, I guess it's all like, it's not as clear when you're boning one of the demons talking about Spike.
That was a low blow.
I mean, he hates Spike and still resents Buffy's relationship with him and like, oh, well, you can just bone a demon and it's all good. But someone I love is a demon and you want to kill them, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, that's different. He
was helping.
He helped us. He was harmless. He couldn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, he can't hurt anybody.
And then she's like, did you forget that I killed Angel? So we get Angel brought up.
I forgot about that, to be honest with you.
Like,
so that was a good reminder. She loved him more than anything she will ever love anything else in this life. But she had to put a sword through him because she had human rules that don't apply.
Yeah. So she it was something like that. Yeah. It was like, because I had to. Like, yes, I had to make the difficult choice. I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Human rules don't apply in these situations. Buffy has to make her own rules, basically.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, like, you get to make all the rules. And yeah, actually.
Yeah. And something really interesting that we've not had revealed for all these seasons since season 2. So remember, you were rooting me on, and both of you. Remember the message you gave me from Willow, kick his ass? And Willow's like, I never said that, because that was a lie. She told Xander to keep him on the ropes because the longer she did, the more time she would have to return his soul. And Xander did not tell her that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He withheld that.
Xander kind of sucks.
And lied and said that Willow said to kick his ass, and that's not what because Willow was in the hospital. And like ran and told Xander to run and tell Buffy this, and he lied.
Wow.
So that's why Willow's like, I never said that.
Okay.
And yeah, so after all these years, that's finally been like out there, even though it barely gets addressed. But yeah, Buffy talks about how I am the law.
Yep.
There's only me. I am the law, and I have to make these choices. I'm the Slayer. I'm always the one that's going to be alone making these choices. And Dana's like, let me try to find another way. She's like, then leave, then find another way. And so Xander leaves. Buffy gets a sword and goes to leave, and Willow won't come with her.
Yeah.
She can't watch Anya die.
No, and she can't help.
So that's the thing. Like, Buffy doesn't want to do this either, but she has to.
Yeah,
So she doesn't
exactly.
have the benefit or the convenience to ignore it, look the other way, not
Yep.
see it, not do it, have someone else do it. Like, she doesn't
Yep.
have any of those
No,
benefits like
she
everyone
has
else
to.
that Xander and Willow have.
She's the law.
She is the
She's
law.
the sheriff. She's the vampire sheriff.
Yeah. So after Buffy leaves, Willow kind of has an idea. She goes rooting through her drawers and finds a talisman. So we get a season 2 throwback in this scene, and we get a season 4 throwback in this scene because the angel thing was season 2, like the thing. And then do you remember in Something Blue when Willow had everyone like did the spell that her will would be done? Buffy and Spike got engaged. Xander was a demon magnet. So when because of that spell, Dauphin found Willow and tried to get her to become a vengeance demon. Do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
And he said, "Hey, well, if you change your mind, here's my talisman. Give me a shout. If you change your mind."
I totally forgot about
So
that.
she has held onto that talisman.
That's how she summons him.
Yeah, all these years. So she got that in Something Blue. She finds the talisman and summons him. And so he shows up and he's like, "Oh, your work was inspired. Warren Mears for flaying him. Lloyd has a sketch of it on his wall."
Oh my God. Yeah. It's great.
Lloyd has a sketch of it on his wall. So funny. And he's like, "Actually, I want to talk about Anya." And he's like, "Okay, we talk about Anyanka." All right, so at the frat house, Xander finds Anya. He's like, "Oh, I thought I might find you here." And she's just kind of looking around the room, touching the walls, like she's still dealing with what she does. And Xander apologizes for everything. And she's like, "Okay, all better now." Like, she's still like, so like doesn't want to hear it.
Too late.
It's too late, bro. And he says, "Buffy's coming to try to come and kill you." Like,
yeah.
And she's like, "She's gonna try to kill me." He's like, "Did everyone take their what does he say? Did everyone eat their crazy flakes this morning? We're friends. We don't like kill each other." And she's like, "You knew it would end this way.
Yeah, exactly.
You knew this would happen. It would come to this."
Mm-hmm.
And then Anya knocks out Xander. I think because Buffy. Yeah, Buffy arrives and he tries to get in between them, but Anya just knocks him out. So Buffy and Anya fight a little bit, and Anya's doing really good. Yeah. Like, she's like besting Buffy for a little bit here.
Oh, for sure she is. And I was like wondering, is just because it's hard for Buffy because they used to be friends or are friends or whatever?
Yeah, she's probably like committing 90%.
Yeah,
because her heart's not in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like she did, I think, with like Angel. Like, like she can't. Yeah, she needs to, but she still has a kind of a block. But eventually, she does get the best of her, and Buffy stabs her through the chest with the sword.
Yep.
And then we have a quick scene. Well, not so quick. In Sunnydale, 2001. So we go also back to season 6, but Once More with Feeling. So we just
the singing episode.
Yeah, Once More with Feeling, where we see a song that Anya sang by herself. So we never saw it, and she sings about her whole identity being tied up in being Xander's wife. That's her whole thing. She's like, "Who am I? Who am I? But I'm the Mrs." Like, that's her whole song. Mm-hmm. Is that's who she's tied. That's her whole identity is tied up in being Xander's wife or being with Xander. And then we come back to the frat house where Anya is just like looking dead.
I thought she was dead.
And then her eyes open, and she's like, "Yeah, it takes more than that to kill a vengeance demon." And like she like just pulls out the sword.
Damn.
And they start fighting again. And Buffy is about to try it again. I don't know, like maybe try to behead Anya.
Xander knocks her out of the way.
Xander tackles Buffy. Yeah. And Anya says, "Stop trying to save me, Xander."
Yeah.
And then DeHofford arrives.
He's very much appreciating the scene around him.
He's like, "Wow, this is great." I think like someone slaughtered. It looks like someone slaughtered a Abercrombie and Fitch catalog.
Yep.
He's so funny.
He is funny.
But he turns on a dime, and he's like, we all know what Miss Hacksaway thinks or whatever." He talks about Buffy, Miss Hacksaway,
just like a slayer to solve her problems by sticking it with sharp objects.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she immediately says, like, "I want to take it back." Anya says, "I want to take it back. I want to take back these deaths."
12 bodies.
And he says that a sacrifice is required for that, and it will cost the life and soul of a vengeance demon. And Anya says, okay, I'm willing to do that.
And Xander's like, no.
Yeah, Xander's like, oh my God, no, like, obviously. But she agrees. He says, okay. And she's like, do it. And then all of a sudden, Hallie arrives, gets portal there. She's like, hey, everybody.
Yeah.
And then he kills her. She gets like burned from the inside out and like just
it looks pretty painful.
Yeah. And yeah, and he also says that she's like, why didn't you kill me? And he says, you should know better than that. We always go for why go for the kill when you can go for the pain? This is actually like the best punishment for Anya. To know that she did
to
this.
Be alive while her friend died.
Yeah, that she was spared while her friend died, and now she's also out, so she is human again.
Yeah. Oh, again. And they're not going to take her back a third time.
Third time's a charm that she's human. So yeah, she's out of the Vengeance Fold. She's a human again, and she has to live with that. These boys got taken back, but instead of her sacrificing herself, Hallie was sacrificed.
Yeah, which is rough.
Yeah, and she said, you should have killed me. You should have killed me. And he said, all in good time, like good things come to those who wait, from beneath you it devours.
Again with the beneath you devours bullshit. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So Anya walks out. Buffy goes to check on the boys. Xander follows Anya outside.
Yeah, and he says you shouldn't be alone like this or in this. Yeah.
And she says thanks for everything, like trying to save her. And then they just kind of like part ways, but she stops him and says, like, what if I am just a nobody? And he's like, don't be a dope. And she's like, well, I guess I'm a dope. That's where I'm going to start. I am a dope because what if I'm a nobody? And then they just walk their separate ways. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So my favorite, there were so many funny quotes in this one, like slaughtering the Abercrombie and Fitch catalog and throwing the various meats and fruits or whatever. there was a lot of funny stuff, but I picked when Buffy says, there's only me, I am the law.
Oh, that was a good one. Okay.
And then my favorite scene was also when Buffy and Xander fight about Anya. Because, there was a lot there. Them talking about, like, why is it different for Anya when it was different for Willow and different for Spike, but why is it this way for Anya? The whole angel thing, like the sacrifices that Buffy has to make even when she doesn't want to, and her obeying the law. And even though she means, like, there's a little bit of a tie back here to a conversation you have with Faith, when Faith is, we are the law. And Buffy's like, no, we're not. But Buffy here is, of course, referring to supernatural realm, not, the human laws, but
exactly
supernatural. And I just think it was a really good scene. Yeah. Where they're at odds with each other, which doesn't always happen.
What's a good scene? I like two lines. One was when Xander's talking about starting to potentially date other people, and Buffy's like, oh, so strong, successful men say giddy.
Yeah.
And then, actually my favorite line though was that one that you just talked about.
Yeah.
Breathtaking. It's like somebody slaughtered an Abercrombie and Fitch catalog. That was really funny.
That was.
And then, I don't know. There were a lot of really good scenes in here. Probably the same as yours. Just, how, like, Xander's, I know he's upset about Anya. I get it. But, like, he's kind of being a dick. And just how Buffy reminds him, like, hey, like, this is the way it is. And I'm helping find homeostasis with the world, basically. So, like, what do you want me to do? Like, you can't just make exceptions for people slaughtering 12 people, So, yeah.
Yeah, she, I mean, she chose this twice of her own free will.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my stake rating was a 4.8.
Twinsies!
I thought so. I like how this whole Anya, she's been on a spiral since Hell's Bells, obviously.
Yeah.
And I like how it was resolved. She's back to, like, right after the wish when she became human again. And she's like, what the heck am I going to do with my life? Like, she has no identity. And I think she's finally realized that she has no identity. Her identity was Olaf, and then it was vengeance, and then it was Xander.
Yep.
She has no idea who she is as a person.
Yeah.
So I think that's what she's taken away from all this. And so I like how that was resolved. I like how she ultimately chose to go to sacrifice herself, to go back on the
Yeah,
wish and all that.
exactly.
Um,
Because that was
it,
her intent to
yeah,
sacrifice herself, not her
yeah,
friend.
yeah, right. And the whole thing about Buffy like having to make these choices, this is a whole like series wide theme of her having to make like the tough choices when nobody else has to or shouldn't
Hmm.
doesn't need to. And this is even Giles talked to Ben about this right before he killed Ben. Like she's has to make these tough choices, but she's like a good person, and because he's a human, she won't kill him. And so Giles did it. She has to make choices that none of us should have to make.
Yep.
And that's true. So she's the one that always has to make the hard choices and carry them out as well. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was my favorite episode of the season so far. Like I said, I was a little disappointed leading up to this episode, but now like, okay, stuff's happening. Yeah, I was kind of curious to see what was going to happen with Anya after the breakup. I know it's been a little while now, but
Mm-hmm.
like you said, her needing to find her identity. I know obviously this is going to be hard for her because she intended to undo what she did, sacrifice herself. That didn't work out. She ended up having to sacrifice her friend, which sucks. But I'm hoping after she kind of works through that she'll be able to, yeah, like you said, find her identity, find herself, not tie herself to people or
Her
vengeance
job.
or yeah, I was gonna say, or like, yeah, even like the magic box or whatever, just
Mm-hmm.
to find herself. Maybe she just needs to go eat, pray, love. You
Yeah,
know,
she does.
she does need to do that. She needs to be alone for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
find herself. I also liked seeing Willow in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Willow was like very empathetic and just, there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole good cop, bad cop vibe in this episode. Willow's the good cop, Xander's the bad cop. But Buffy's the sheriff, so maybe her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good. And then just yeah, how Buffy does have to make those tough decisions. And obviously she didn't want to have to kill Anya, but she can't just let that stuff fly. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. 4.8.
Yay. Okay. Um. Okay. So I guess we're on to the next episode. All right. So him is the next
Mm-hmm.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's an enchanted or magical, whatever you want to say, object in this next episode. What is it?
Oh God, okay.
And I'll give you a big hint.
Great. We love
It's a
hints.
piece of clothing.
Oh, okay. Interesting. A piece of clothing, because I was gonna guess like a weapon. Okay. Piece of clothing. I don't think it's a hat. I don't think it's gonna be oh, is it shoes? We're gonna go with shoes.
Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, shoes.
It's shoes.
Do you know that video
No.
from the?
Oh,
Oh my God.
I do
Are
not.
you are putting millennials to shame that you did not know that? That old video, that was an old YouTube video from like a bazillion years ago.
No.
It was like a little skit where this guy's dressed up as a girl and he's like, "Oh my God, shoes." I cannot believe you've never seen that. Okay, and still quoting it to this day. All right, should we do our unbox?
Oh, yeah, let's unbox. We're unboxing.
I'm excited.
Do you have the tools needed? Okay. I was like, you're not going to use your pretty nails, are you?
No, actually, I need to go get one of my nails fixed because it's like separating. So I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna go after this. All right. Okay, one side open. I got this on eBay.
Exciting. I don't think I've ever bought anything off eBay before.
Never?
No.
That's where I got all my very first, we talked about in the very, very, very first episode we ever did. That's where I got my seasons 1 through 3 of Buffy on eBay, on VHS.
VHS. Da 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 da.
Here it is.
Ooh. That looks so cool. Oh my God, that's so fun. That looks great.
And it's got the Judge, Drew, Spike, the Master Buffy, Buffy, Cordelia,
Angel.
Buffy, Angel, Giles, Werewolf, Oz, non-werewolf Oz, Willow, and Xander.
Nice. That's so cool. Looks
Yeah.
like it's in really good condition too.
Yeah, it's so this is what it looks like on the inside.
Cool.
So yeah, it's never been played, this version, this one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like all the pieces are still together.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
So-
next time we see each other, we can play it.
Yeah, I was telling Matt, like I know Matt hates board games, but I'm like, you playing with this me.
Weirdo.
You're playing
Who
this with me,
hates
boy.
board games?
I don't hate them, but I don't play them often. But I would, I guess. I just don't. But yeah. Yay! 2000. Year two, that 26-year-old board game right there.
Nice.
Which I had when it came out, but who knows? It's in a freaking hole somewhere. All right. So yes, that was my latest vintage Buffy purchase.
Exciting.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that wraps up season 7, episode 5, Selfless. Again, you can find us on all major podcast apps, YouTube and Instagram at One Girl All the World Pod. You can also email us at onegirlpod@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with season 7, episode 6, Him. See you real soon.
Bye.
Bye.